Bonjour! Today we're going to start a project that will take us through to the end of the semester. Thursday's December 17th. That is our last day of school. If you have a passing grade in French class, you do not have to be present on the last day. However, if you are currently failing French, you must come to class online on Thursday the 17th at the regular time. So I'm going to repeat that. If you have a 60% or above right now in French overall, you do not have to come on the last day because you are passing. However, if you are currently failing French, you must come to class on Thursday. That means you need to come if you have a 59 or below. So that's our cutoff point is 60. If you have a 60 or above, you don't come. If you have a 59 or below, you do come. That's the way it's working this year. So please keep that in mind. Everybody got that? Fantastique! Now on to our project. Oh, I hit the wrong button, sorry. All of the instructions I'm about to give you are in a Google Doc you will get on Classroom. There is no need to take any notes right now. All the instructions are in a Google Doc on Classroom. You'll have two Google Docs. You'll have one with the instructions and one on which you actually write your project, which you'll find out in a second. Okay, here we go. Projet indépendant. Remember, there's no need to take any notes because this is all in a Google Doc on Classroom. This week, from Monday to Wednesday, you are going to write a book. Not exactly a book since we're online, so we can't hand in a book. It's about a family that went on vacation. Where did they go? How did they get there? When did they go? What did they do? Did they like things? Did they not like things? Where did they eat? How much did they eat? You're going to write this during class time. You're going to write it in the Google Doc posted today with this one. Save it, meaning what you're writing, to your Google Drive until you're ready to submit it. I will grade them at 9:50 on Wednesday, the moment class ends, so don't be late. You'll need to describe the family, say where they went, when they went, how they got there, the things they did while they were there. Your family should have 4 people, mom, dad, brother, and sister. Be sure you introduce them. For each person, you're going to introduce them, describe something about them, talk about the vacation, describe what they did when they were there, use lots of detail, do not repeat verbs or adjectives. Remember, everything in the vocabulary you've learned can be used in this story. Getting ready in the morning, getting ready for bed in the evening, going to a restaurant, going to a grocery store, any of those can show up in your story. And the more that's in there, the better. It needs to be 150 words. However, you may write as much more as you want. The more you write, the better. If it's going great, I'll read the whole thing. If the first 150 words are a disaster, I'm not going to read the rest because they're going to be a disaster too. So make sure you write a great story with great grammar that I can read, and I will read as much as you've written. You'll have 3 periods to write it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. However, if you want to work extra on it, you most certainly may. You'll need to submit it at the end of class on Wednesday, as I said. I won't accept this project late. Let me repeat that. I will not accept this project late. I will not accept this project even on Wednesday at 9:55 because I'm starting to grade at 9:50 so that I can get grades in on time. I can't get them in on time if I don't have all the work, so that's very important. Here are the guidelines. You're going to write a book about 4 members of a family who went on vacation. Your book must be 150 words long. You may find that you need to say more, and I want you to say more if you have it. Show me what you have. Use at least 10 different verbs in the past tense. 10 things they did, 10 things they were. 3 of them must be negative. You need to include adjectives, activities, and at least 2 places that activities occur. In the hotel, on the bus, on the train, on the airplane, whatever. Do not repeat adjectives or verbs. Do not use any language other than French. You're going to title your album La famille est partie en vacances, which means the family went on vacation. You may use your notes. You may help each other. That is fine. But you may not use the internet. You also may not ask someone who speaks French to write your story for you. You must write it yourself. I can always tell when you use the internet because I'm smart like that. When you're done writing, you'll go on the internet. This is important. You will select some images to illustrate your story. you're going to click and paste, or however it is that you do it in Google Docs, I'm really not sure, and you're going to put at least 5 images in your book, images of things that are going on in the story. When you're done, you're going to check the checklist below to be sure you did what you were supposed to do. So let's look at that checklist. My story is at least 150 words long. I conjugated the verbs correctly in the passé composé. Everything is in the past tense. I used at least 10 different verbs. I used both the helping verb être and the helping verb avoir. I named 2 places where activities occurred. I gave a title to my story. There are no words in any language other than French in my album. And my book has at least 5 illustrations. If your story is very long, each error that you make will count for 2 points. So you'll lose 2 points for an error. If your story is 150 words long, you will lose 3 points per mistake. So really, it actually evens out, that it's the same proportion. So I just want to tell you in advance how the points work. That, my friends, is what we need to do. Let's go over this one more time. Your story of 150 words. Conjugate the verbs correctly in the past tense. 10 different verbs, both helping verb être and avoir. 2 places where activities occurred. A title, nothing but French. 5 illustrations. And with that, I'm going to leave you. You can go back and listen to this again for more if you want the instructions again, but you can also read them in Google Docs because they are there. Excellent. This is where I say au revoir, à bientôt,